Are you ready to unlock the secret to flawless, radiant skin? Then look no further than Even Melanin. It's formulated especially for melanated skin. Say goodbye to hyperpigmentation, signs of aging, acne, eczema, and other sensitivity problems. Even Melanin is your ticket to a flawless complexion, helping you even your melanin to the beautiful brown that God intended. So for your ticket to a flawless complexion, to even your melanin to the brown that you're supposed to have, go to evenmelanin.com. That's evenmelanin.com.
Some lady named Patriot something. Go ahead, ma'am.
Hi. Yeah, so I was listening to you talk about, how there's kind of
Talk up a
lot
little bit, ma'am. If you can talk up a little louder, please.
Yeah, sorry. Is this louder? Is
A
that
little bit better. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
okay? Yeah, I was listening to you say how kind of there's like a mutual respect, between the Hispanic and the Black community or the different races. And I was just posting something when you told me to come up. I just find it interesting. Like there are even with that, there are some people that when they come over and migrate, I feel like you're right that they're probably gonna prioritize, their own people, their own background, and there have been studies on that. So I just posted something I thought was interesting that I saw the other day. Um, and I was really surprised by honestly, because you would think, well, I would think after all this time that, there would be such a divide where we view each other so much more like negatively than our own race. But that's kind of how it is, when people, have to choose, they do tend to put themselves first or what they're familiar
Yeah.
with first. Um, and then I was interested in your post. I think it's really great that you're reaching out to both parties. I would hope that both parties would take you up on your offer. I've voted both ways in the past. Like I'm kind of an independent. I voted for Obama and I voted for Hillary and I voted for Trump in 2020. So
Yeah.
um, kind of like all over the place. But I was curious actually on your take. Did you see anything from the NABJ, because I saw a lot of back and forth online, and I don't think like the way I interpreted it. I mean, I'm mostly white, so I'm like the way I interpreted it was like differently from what other people were. So like when he was talking about black jobs, like what was your perspective on that? Like how did you interpret it? Were you seeing it as him stereotyping, or were you seeing it more
No,
as
no, no, no,
industries
no,
that they
and
dominate? Because that's
no,
what
no.
my
When he was talking about black jobs, I understood what he was talking about. He was talking about job programs for black people. I got it. Um, that's why I disagree with what the NABJ was doing. They were engaging in bad faith arguments in order to get gotcha points, and that wasn't needed. I would like to have a real conversation about those black jobs. They should have went deep because that's what we want. And basically, they brought him up there to try to sabotage him, and that's just not good journalism. Don't call yourself journalists and you're shilling for a certain political party. That's just that has no integrity. Because when the dominant society, if they do that, that's a bad look. I don't want to be a black version of um, janky journalists from the dominant society. I don't want to emulate that. We got to have standards, honor, and integrity in what we do. That's why I said I would like to have Trump or Kamala come down. I've disagreed with a lot of stuff Kamala has said, but if she wants to come down to the Hidden History Museum and discuss policies, I'm not going to sit here and do any gotchas with her. I'm not going to sit up here and bring up no scandals. I'm not going to try to get shade points. I will let them talk and say what their policies are in their own words. Same thing with Trump. I'm not going to bring up, well, you had said this and you had grabbed somebody by the coochie. Yeah, none of that goofy stuff. Let's hear your policies. Let's talk more about those black jobs, so that we as a community, especially in the black community, we can decide which politician and which political party will be more beneficial to our empowerment. So we just have to have integrity with this stuff. And again, I'm neutral. I'm not married to either party. I don't give a damn about these parties. I'm all about policy. So I hope one of them do take me up on the offer, because they come in my spaces all the time. Many of the Democratic shields are in here now. So they monitor what I do, they watch what I do, they see the influence I have. So I would like for them to come on down to discuss the policies. That makes sense?
Yeah, it does. And there's a few people I talk to on X. Some of them don't like me really talking about anything publicly, but I did message them the post, and I'm hoping that they can, pass it along. But I do appreciate that. I was just wondering because I hadn't really seen many people say what you did, that you kind of understood what he was talking about. And I really do appreciate that because what I ended up doing, I viewed it as like he's talking about industries in the United States where the Black American population tends to dominate. Like that was my interpretation. And I had went and looked it up, and like I saw that there were some overlap between illegal migrants and the Black American community. And while it doesn't seem significant at first, like the service industry and transportation are listed as two industries in the US where a very large percentage of those industries are taken up by Black Americans. And then it says that previously illegal migrants would take up at least 8% of each of those industries. And I think it was service as well. Like service was 8%, transportation 6, and then
Oh, it's several.
division.
Just jobs all across the board. They try to
Yeah,
make it
yeah, and
like
it
it's
adds up.
menial. They try to make it seem like, well, the immigrants are coming over here getting job picking fruit. No, they're construction jobs. There's all types of job industries that Black people could be utilizing, and they're going to these other groups and they're being trained. They have job training programs for non-citizens. So when Trump talked about Black jobs, I clearly understood where he was going, and we needed him to elaborate on that instead of the NABJ trying to get some shade points, trying to clown and all of that goofy stuff. We don't need that. But anyway, thank you so much, dear. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we need to have real conversations. We need to hear more about them Black jobs. That was an opportunity to get Trump to commit to the Black job thing. Get him to commit to it instead of trying to get some shade points and rolling heckling in the audience. Oh man, we don't need goofy journalism like that. That's not real journalism. And I ain't no shield for no political party. I don't vote blue no matter who, none of that stuff. If you ain't doing right by the community, I ain't rocking with you. And I supported Obama in both campaigns. I put money. Y'all can Google, because you can Google and see who put money on campaigns. I put money on Barack Obama's campaign, thinking that, hey, we got a brother in here. That man didn't do one damn thing for Black people. That man sat up here and let Black folks get slaughtered and then start hollering about we got to protect his legacy. I said, this little old musty tether. You know? So yeah, this dude, that was the delineation move for me right there. I'm like, hey, this dude ain't from our lineage. We don't owe him nothing. Rico, what's up, brother?
Yo, what up, Tariq and Sheet, man? I wanna take a moment out here to give you respect, man, for opening up this forum for a voice for foundational Black Americans, man. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, I've always trying to put a name to it because I've seen the general like gradual disrespect of of foundational Black Americans with our legacy leaders. I would go on YouTube and I see the occasional Tether on there talking about how bad Martin Luther King was or how bad Malcolm X was. um, I just want to ask you a question, man. There's one thing
Yeah.
that says, do you think there's any way back for us, for the Black community, for us to catch up to the white community? The way the matriarchy has a hold of our community, and how there's so much self destruction within ourselves. Do you see any way back?
Now, self destruction, how? What self destruction?
Well, I'm on Twitter quite a bit, on YouTube and stuff like that, and I just see a lot of ratchetness is the predominant feature. That you see, you got girls twerking, you got sexy red, all these things that are just destructive for the community. They got even little kids now rapping, talking about grown up stuff, and it's just like, why does that only happen to us? I don't see no other communities where this is happening at. So I'm
Well,
just wondering, like, is there any way back for us from this? From
here's
the
the here's
yeah.
the thing. Why is let's look into the why. Why is sexy red a thing? Why have they monetized the sexy reds and the glorillas? Because those things are being elevated and monetized. Why do you think, and who monetized them? Who elevated them to monetize them?
The white folks.
Right. So black folks to get this, because we start thinking, oh, we're just so horrible. Listen, you got white sexy reds all day. You got white hillbilly women running around trailer parks with baby daddies. It's on meth. The problem is it's not monetized. There's not a recording industry and television industry that takes cameras to the trailer park to monetize the Honey Boo Boos and the Mama Junes. You know, that they have one or two shows based on them, but that's it. That's middle America. Middle America is Honey Boo Boo and Mama Damn June and meth heads all day. They just don't monetize that. They don't want to pathologize that and show that as a normative thing in white society, which it is. They don't show Asian society. You go over to Asian countries, you got the women out there on the whole stroll from 8 in the morning to 8 at night. Let's be real. You got a lot of ratchetness out there, drug use, the opium and all that stuff comes from out there. You understand? They're the ones who ship it out here. Some of the drug dealers, the Asian drug dealers, they got more money than El Chapo. You know, they ball out slinging dope. They just don't monetize that in the media. They don't show the organized crime in Asian society in the media. So they've only monetized it with us because anti-black racism has become a cultural norm so that the dominant society can feel good about the abuse and the injustices that they've relayed onto us. If they show us in a pathological um, mindset and disposition and culture where there's a pathology of degeneracy, that makes them feel like, okay, well, they deserve everything we do to them. That's fucked up.
So
So
basically, you're saying it's not an even playing field. So that's why I would perceive it as you know our culture is more self destructive than any other. So because they're not showing everybody else's bullshit. Is that what you're saying, basically?
self-destructive. It's destroyed by outside forces. Yeah, anything negative in black society, I can point to you, the outsider who brought it in. When we are self-contained, when we're on our own, we actually do good. We're not self-destructive. When we're on our own without outside influences, we're fine. When ain't nobody in our damn mix. The problem is we get other people in our mix, that's when things go to hell. People talk about in the 1960s when crime and weird things started happening in black society. They try to blame the single mothers. Not necessarily. What happened in the late 60s, we got a lot of outsiders being flooded into the black community. Right when immigration happened, we got all of these people that nobody knew, and all of this stuff started to be introduced within black society. New drugs started to be introduced. Um, New cultural um, ideologies from outsiders started to be introduced. So we got to look and see where a lot of stuff comes from in our society. Who's bringing it in? Who's bringing in the drugs? Who's the twerking thing? That came from the Caribbean. You understand? They were doing that down in Miami. That was Luther Campbell and those guys doing all that twerking and all that. Luther Campbell, I've had conversations with him. He's Caribbean. So a lot of that stuff was coming from outsiders, where they would shake ass in the streets, the Jamaicans and the Trinidadians and all of that stuff.
That's
And
big fact. That's big
you,
fact. Yeah, yeah.
that
So
comes from him. You know?
yeah,
Go
yeah,
ahead, brother.
yeah. No, I was gonna ask this is my final question to you, man. So I know reparations is a big agenda for us, to finally get something, get a one up, get something to help us catch up. You know what I'm saying? So my question is, what would are we ever gonna? Do you think we'll ever see that in our lifetime? And what would that look like to you? As far as would it be a check, or would it be like a program, an educational program that where all blacks can go to college for free? What would that look like to you?
Yeah, great question. And then I've talked about it before. Um, Same thing like the Native Americans. Same thing. They give them checks, casinos, tax-free status, land grants. Same thing. We want the exact same thing because they took tangibles from us. They didn't just take education. They took tangibles. That whole go to school for free stuff. No, no, no. We're gonna need more than that because you go to school and you still don't have no resources when you get out. No. We're gonna need them resources. We're gonna need them tangibles. We're gonna need a check. Let's cut that check. Let's get that money going. Let's run that paper. Lucari, hop in, Lucari.
How you doing, brother? I'm not Kelly. I'm Kenny. Okay.
Lucini, or is Lucini?
Yes.
Oh, where you from, Lucini?
Last time we talked, you don't remember me? I'm
Dude, it's so.
from
Oh, I do not remember. I don't remember. Where you from again?
I'm from Congo.
From the Congo. Okay, I really don't remember. I don't
Okay.
remember a brother from the Congo. How long you been over here from the Congo?
I've been here for almost 20 years.
Okay, you've been here for a minute. So what's on your
Yeah.
mind, Lucini?
So I have had a lot when you were talking to the other guy. I don't remember his name. Maybe his name is Ali. Talking about um, African being disrespectful toward the black culture in America,
Right.
toward um, African American. But I
Foundational
was
black. Yes, being
yeah,
disrespectful towards foundational black Americans. Go ahead.
I was confused about how that happened because most of these African American they would be working as toilet cleaners. The other one they would be working as a they would be working in the meat factory. They would be working, these jobs that are cheap. And then I was like, how does it happen? Can you explain more about for you what is behind the scene? Because most of the time we don't know what is going on, and the people don't understand what is going on. Because these
You're
people that get
losing.
paid, huh,
You're losing. You're losing me now. What do you mean, black people? We're working as toilet cleaners. What are you talking about?
I'm saying most of these immigrants from Africa,
We what?
they would be working as a toilet cleaner. Because most of
Who?
them they don't even speak English.
You mean the immigrants working as toilet cleaners?
Yeah, I didn't say. Come on, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
So
okay. No,
most
I
of
thought
them they don't speak
slow,
English, and
slow down, slow down, brother. Slow down. Let's
mhm.
slow down. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Let's just slow down a minute.
Okay.
So you're saying that it would be the immigrants working as the toilet cleaners, because it sounded like you meant that it was us working as toilet cleaners. So that's why I
Nah,
just
nah. I didn't say that.
okay.
I say
That's why I want clarity. Okay.
yeah. I say most of them they don't even speak English. So
Okay.
when we in a space like these, and you say African immigrant they are disrespectful toward the black community, I'd be like, how can someone who can not who is unable to speak to you is gonna be disrespectful to you? So
Okay.
I feel like there is some antagonism in this system about what is going on. And then I
Okay.
was asking,
And okay, I got it now. Okay, good. If you're making bad faith arguments like that, come on now. I don't want to hear no damn. I don't want to hear Congo babble. Now that's a bad faith argument. Come on now. See, that's why you delegitimize the seriousness of what you're trying to say if you make a bad faith argument. They can't even speak English. How are they going to talk bad about you? Now, come on. Let's stop. All right. We can't understand what they're saying, so how they gonna say something bad about it? That's such a bad faith argument. Come on, bro. Folks come over here, they know how to speak English. When folks get over here, they know how to damn talk some damn English. All right? And they get over here talking good English and then emulating us and then start talking about we don't need reparations. You see, they start getting in our reparation spaces, talking about, hey, we don't need no money from these white people. We don't need to be begging for no chump change. We need to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. Like, who is we? Where are you from, man? Your hairline looks funny. Where are you from, brother? Well, my mama's Jamaican and my daddy's Ghanaian, but we still don't need no money. Yeah, they can speak English, bro. They can speak some damn English, especially when they get up in our spaces and our circles trying to undermine what we're supposed to get. So yeah, that argument, I'm not going to even entertain that. They cannot speak. Stop. Come on, man. You should know better. Let's get MF Kush. MF Kush in the building. All right, MF Kush.
Hello, Tariq. How are you?
I'm good, MF Kush. How are you?
I'm good. I just have two quick questions to ask you.
Go ahead.
As a businessman, as an entrepreneur, do you feel like your businesses flourished under Biden's or Trump's administration? And if you ever had advice to give to any of the Black Americans that are out there that are scared of starting their entrepreneurship or generational wealth, what would you say to them? Thank you.
Thank you. Um, Now, the good question. Did my businesses flourish under Obama or Biden or Trump? Let me say this. I've had several businesses over the years. My film industry business, that's been successful, um, because that's, the film industry, that's worldwide. So, people around the world will buy films. So, that's successful under whatever administration. The thing is, when you start getting brick and mortar locations, that's usually more dictated and it's more affected by whatever political party is in office. And to be honest, um, when we got the Hidden History Museum, we've been sabotaged by a lot of the Democrats, to be honest. A lot of the sabotaging that we've received has been from the damn Democrats. Some of the policies, some of the little slick shit that's been done, um, them trying to undermine it, some of these immigrant groups who are working in political positions behind the scenes. They, as you saw, they get behind the scenes and plot and plan against black people in LA. We've heard them on tape talking about undermining the black citizens of LA. And that's a very real thing. And these are Democrats, by the way. That's why they were protest against these people, trying to get them out of office. We got to understand these are just the ones who you caught on tape. It's a bunch of them that sit around here plotting on black business people, doing little janky stuff to black business people. You understand? And especially prominent black business people. I was just talking about this to the LA Times. And that's a problem. That's a problem. We got to be very honest about it. That's why I'm not married to any political party. And money that's supposed to be earmarked for minority education and diversity and all of that, we get the crumbs of that. They use black faces and they use black injustices to fuel the funding to go to all of these other groups. They'll say, oh, look at these black people who are discriminated against. Look at these black people who got shot by the police. We are going to put together a minority program that's going to help all minorities because the black people got beat up on. And then we're looking like, where'd the money go? And they're like, oh, it went to the minorities, like we said. So that Asian and the Latinos and the LGBT, it went to them. They're your minority brothers. See how we're all one big family? Like, hey, what about us? Hey, come on now. We all minorities now. So that's the game they play. I'm telling you, they play this thing rigidly. We don't get jack, nothing. The minute you hear a minority or diversity program, understand we ain't about to get nothing. Just like with that black farmers thing, they talk about that settlement the black farmers got, where the Democrats now want to try to brag, but they leave out that they use the term minority. They're going to pay minority farmers. It wasn't minority farmers who were being discriminated against, it was the black ones. They're like, yeah, we're going to make it right by giving money to the minority farmers. So the black farmers ain't about to get a damn thing. The minute they put that minority thing out there, the finesse is in. You understand? We got to be very real about that. All right, let me get some more folks in. How many people we got in here? We got 1,100 people in here in the middle of the night. And thankfully, my kidney stone has not been bothering me. And I need, yeah, I told him about the kidney stones. Shout out to Wani. I saw Wani sent me an email giving me some remedies. And if you guys got some more kidney stone remedies, home remedies, that would be good. Because I got a kidney stone that's whooping my ass. I've never had a kidney stone before. I had to go to the emergency room earlier this evening because my side was killing me and I was just real down bad. And they put me in the machine and they said, "Hey, yeah, you got a kidney stone, and I want to get this thing about my damn system. So y'all give me some of the remedies that grandma and grandma and them had. Y'all let me know what y'all use to work for you. All right. Let me get some other people in here. Let's get Nathaniel. Nathaniel, you're doing a lot of gesticulating over here. Nathaniel, what's going on with you, man? What's going on, Nathaniel? I can hear you, man. What's going on with you? Long time no hear.
Yeah, it's been summertime, so my kids have been at home. We've been going on vacation and such. So,
There you
uh,
go.
how have you been the last couple of months? I've been here since May, I think.
Yes, indeed. I'm good. Everything is real good.
Yeah, I'm sorry about those kidney stones. You have to lay off the finger licking KFC. It's too much salt in there. But I do wish
Uh,
you well, Tariq.
and
And
hey, KFC is better than them unseasoned chicken wings that your white mammy makes. But go ahead, sir.
yeah, just drink a lot of water. I know that helps. But I did want to talk about the term FBA because I've seen the term FBA come into the public lexicon to a scale that I think even overestimates what you think it has. And we saw Ann Coulter talk about it recently. Many black academics are talking about the term. And even in my public day, I use the term FBA. I don't say black anymore.
Yeah,
I when I'm typically talking with other WSs, I point them to the official FBA.com definition of what an FBA is. And I look at that and I'm wondering, is that still the definition? Because I've seen you say otherwise. You sort of change it around.
like
And
what?
what
What?
I'm,
What definition do you think it is?
well, the official FBA.com definition of FBA is a American who has descended from black slaves. Is that the definition that you're working with now?
Yeah, the freedmen's, the people who descended from slaves in America, people who were born here who were descended from slaves in America. Yes,
But they have to be black. Like you can't have a white person who managed to have black slave ancestry.
a
That's
white
not
person.
an FBA.
Why would a white person be a foundational black American?
Well, based on the definition that you said earlier, you said it's just someone who has a black slave ancestry. Is that correct?
A black person who has slave ancestry. You got to be
Okay.
a black person.
And even with that, I give examples like Drake, for example. You said that he's not an
We've
FBA, but
already done the Drake thing. We're not going to revisit that. We've already debunked the whole Drake thing. And you know that. We're not going to recycle talking points that were already debunked a long time ago. So you already know what that is. So what's the next question?
so would someone like J. Cole be an FBA since he wasn't born in America?
He was born on a military base, sir.
But what does that have to do with being, having FBA ancestry if he wasn't?
Um, because that's a satellite of the United States. So you were still an American when you were born, even on a military base.
But you do realize that there are, many black or FBA people who have, black fathers who played in the NBA who may not be born in America, such as Kyrie Irving. He was born in Australia. Is he FBA?
Yeah, yep, he's a foundational black American because he's not a citizen of Australia.
But he wasn't born in America, just like J. Cole wasn't born in America. But you said J. Cole was born on a military base, and because it was
Mm-hmm.
American soil, that makes him FBA. But Kyrie wasn't born on American soil; he was born on
Mm-hmm.
Australian soil.
Okay. And he's still a foundational black American because he was never an Australian. He wasn't an Australian citizen.
Well, he does have, because he was born in Australia. How is that? How does that make him an FBA if Drake's not an FBA?
Well, Drake is Canadian and culturally Canadian. Okay.
Don't you think that that's just arbitrary? How,
Mm,
you get to decide who's FBA?
well, no, just based on your lineage. Just based on your lineage.
Well, it's not based on lineage for someone like Drake. You just said he's not FBA because he's
He's not
culturally.
FBA because Drake is culturally Canadian.
Yeah, again, isn't that arbitrary? Who gets to decide whether someone is culturally this nationality or culturally this
Well, no,
nationality?
well, nations do that. Like you just can't walk into a nationality, just like Native American tribes. Yeah, they kind of decide, hey, man, you can't really be a chief because you're not of this lineage like this person is of the lineage. You understand? Like certain Native American tribes, they have rigid rules on who can be a part of the tribe and who can be a chief. Like, for example, you hear me talk about the Seminoles a lot. There was a Seminole named Osceola. He couldn't be one of the main chiefs because he had mixed ancestry, even though he was a very prominent figure in the Seminole nation. He couldn't be one of the main chiefs because he had partial European ancestry. So things like that. So yeah, you can't arbitrarily say who's who, who's not based on certain circumstances. Now Drake is technically he's not, even though his father is a foundational Black American. Drake is not because Drake is Canadian. He was born in Canada, raised in Canada. Kyrie Irving, not so much. Kyrie Irving comes from a foundational Black American lineage, even though he was born over there in Australia. I think his dad playing basketball over there?
Yeah, many FBAs, you have basketball fathers.
Right, right. So yeah, the that's almost it's almost like the military to a certain degree because you're not really a part of Australian culture. You're not a part of that culture.
So how long does he need to be not Australian or
Well,
not in
we don't
Australia
know
for him
that.
to?
Um,
You see, this is what I'm talking about. It's kind of just made up.
no, no, everything is made up. Hell, being um, Canadian is made up. Somebody made that up. It's all made up. Of course, it's
But
made
you're
up.
excluding Drake because you don't like him, but you're
No, no,
including
I like
Kyrie
Drake.
because,
No, no,
he's
no,
an
no, no. I
executive
don't. No, no.
producer of.
Stop. Don't stop. Don't tell me who I don't like. Don't do that because now don't be sassy. You don't tell me who I don't like. I like Drake. I
But
don't
you're
dislike
excluding
Drake.
him from your group.
Now, what group? Now you're being sassy. It's not a group. We're talking about a lineage and a nationality.
But if one person is making up the rules, it's a group,
But no,
just like
no,
you
it's
said with the Native
no, it's
Americans.
not. No, it's not. We're using logic here.
It's not logical to say that Kyrie is an FBA when he was born
Yes.
outside of the country, but Drake is
Hmm.
not an FBA when he
Because he's
also was
not
born outside of the country.
because Kyrie Irving didn't grow up in Australian culture. Drake grew up in Canadian culture.
Yeah, but what does that mean? What
Kyrie
does that
Irving
mean?
was never raised as an Australian. Drake was raised as a Canadian.
What does it mean to be raised as an Australian, raised as a
Yeah,
Canadian?
that means part of Australian culture and nationality.
He was there
Kyrie Irving,
for much of his infancy.
Kyrie Irving was never raised as an Australian, sir. You understand? So he would never be accepted as an Australian. Drake is accepted as a Canadian.
But what does it mean to be
You see,
raised
it's very
as
logical.
Australian?
See,
That doesn't make any sense. How
trying
many
to make
years do you need
logic.
to be?
No, stop it. You're trying to make logic illogical. All right, we're talking logic here. It's not about what I'm dictating, just logic. Kyrie Irving would never be accepted as an Australian. What are you talking about?
How many
You
years does
know
he need
that.
to be in Australia to be
Or
raised in Australia?
do they accept him as an Australian?
Who is they? I mean, this is what I'm saying.
Australians. I'm talking about Australians.
There's
That's
no
the they.
monolith.
Right. They
FBA is
don't
a
accept.
monolith, but
He's not viewed
Australians
as
don't
an
have.
Australian. Okay.
That doesn't
He's
make
not a
any
part
sense
of their
at all.
culture. Drake is a hero in Canada. Drake is Canadian. Drake is revered and loved in Canada as a Canadian local hero, which he is. I have no problem with that. He's not a foundational Black American.
And
Kyrie Irving is. See how that works?
okay, we can move on past that, but also,
No, no, no. I just
but
want you to really get the gist. We're talking logic. This ain't just me making something up. Kyrie Irving is not respected or looked at as an Australian. He's a foundational Black American. Let me get my brother McCall in here. My brother
are you
McCall is in.
willing to commit to a cutoff on what year did the last, would you consider the
I
last
mean,
black people coming to America being considered FBA? Like, for example, if someone came in here at the dawn of the 20th century and they were black, would that person be an
No,
FBA?
because you have to be a person who was enslaved and come from the descendants of freedmen. That's how that worked. That's what
Okay,
makes you
so have you seen
foundational.
the movie Emancipation with Will Smith?
No, I haven't, but I heard about it, and I know that character was allegedly from Haiti,
Haitian, yeah.
right?
Is he an
And
FBA?
and
Because he was
and,
enslaved.
and that character, Will Smith kind of put an accent on it, and he was allegedly from Haiti. We don't know definitively, but even though he was here during slavery, I would still consider him a foundational Black American.
Okay, so he's a Haitian foundational Black American.
Hmm. He was a foundational Black American because he came over here during slavery, and they were part of building this nation because people did come from other places. See, that's what makes us foundational Black American. Some came from Africa, some came from the Caribbean. Many of them were already here, and they were put together and became foundational Black Americans, just like Native Americans. That's like calling certain red Native Americans Asian, even though many of them walked over from the Bering Straits from Asia. Not going to call them Asian. They're
But
Native Americans. They're part of a certain tribe, right?
but the way that a Native American isn't differs from this is that if a Native American were to move to, say, Canada, right, and they were to have children for many, many generations onward, they would still be considered a Native American. But with you, you're saying, okay, if you're an FBA, but you go to another country such as Liberia, and then you have many, many generations, you're no longer an FBA because you're in Liberia. And that doesn't make any sense from a lineage standpoint. If you're saying that FBA is a lineage, why is it
Hmm.
that you're no longer an FBA when you live in a different geographical location?
Yeah, because the thing is, I'm not Liberian or I'm not Nigerian. Now, if I do a DNA test, it'll say that I got some ancestry that goes to Nigeria somewhere. I can't go to Nigeria and be recognized as a citizen. Why?
Well, that's because that's hundreds and hundreds of years. I'm talking about within one generation,
Ah,
you
so
can go
so
from.
so so there is a cutoff at one point, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
That's what
arbitrary,
I'm saying. All right, there is a
but
cutoff.
yours
There
is
is a
very,
cutoff.
very. It's a strong cutoff. It's one generation.
Mhm.
You're making a one generation cutoff where you can have
No,
two
no. What
FBA
are you talking about?
parents
Wait, what are you
give.
talking about? What? No, what? No, 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 no. What one generation cutoff? What are you talking about?
In your mindset, you can have two FBA parents give birth to a non FBA. That doesn't make any sense.
No, what? No, I never said that. You're just saying stuff, sir. I've never said that.
You're saying that if a Liberian, two Liberians went back, or sorry, if two FBAs went back to Liberia, their child would no longer be FBA.
What are you talking about? Now you're just saying,
All right, so are
you're
you denying that FBAs went to Liberia?
no.
That's just
What are you
denialism.
talking about? Wait. What are you talking about? Now you all over the
You
place.
don't consider Liberians to be FBA. That's
They're
correct.
not. They're Liberians. Liberians today are Liberians.
Exactly. So you're saying that two FBAs could have gone to Liberia and given birth to a child in Liberia.
Yeah, years
That
ago. Yeah, in the 1800s. Yes, they went and they had another ethnogenesis in Liberia, so they're Liberians now. So if they have to immigrate here, you're not a foundational Black American. Even if you have foundational Black American lineage, you've had an ethnogenesis in another place, just like us.
yeah, this is
We
how
had an
you
ethnogenesis here.
you're just trying to stop people from getting reparations. You want the only a
No,
few
because what you're
heads and
trying to
willing to get
do. No, no, no,
reparations.
no, no. You're not qualified for reparations. No, we're just using logic, sir.
That's not logical to
That's
say that
logic.
two FBA parents can give birth to a non-FBA. So let's say Drake's mom was an
Yeah,
FBA.
if
Are
you
you
went to
saying?
Liberia 200 years ago, you're not a foundational Black American if you're in Liberia now. You see how that works?
But just say that Drake's two parents were FBA. You're saying that Drake is no longer
No,
an
but
FBA
they're not.
because
But they're not FBA. His dad is, and he was born in Canada to a
but even
Canadian
so,
white mother, and he was raised Canadian. You
and so
see?
you're saying you can lose your FBA status within one generation. That's just ridiculous.
No, that's not one generation. His mama, how long has she been up there in Canada?
But his dad was FBA, and now his dad
Right.
gave birth to a non-FBA son. That doesn't make any sense. If
But the mama's Canadian, and Drake had to immigrate here. She's Canadian and Jewish. See how that works? And he
so
had to immigrate here. He's not a
so
citizen. He had to immigrate here. You see how that works?
no, that just doesn't make any sense because if someone was Ethiopian, right, and they had an Italian wife, and they went to Canada and they gave birth, this child would still be half Ethiopian. But you're saying the person, if it were an FBA, they wouldn't be half FBA. They would be no non-FBA, which doesn't make any sense from a
Well, that's
lineage
just
standpoint.
wait.
This
You
is
just
why
kind of.
FBA is a group. It's not really lineage
It's
when
not.
you go
It's not.
into.
You're just trying to make. No, it's not a group. It's if it's a group in your mind, let it be a group in your mind. But you deal with it in your mind. Just because you say it's a group doesn't make it a reality. It's just not. It's not a group. We're talking about a lineage.
When you have one person who's just deviating from logic by saying a
No,
FBA can give birth to a non-FBA child, that doesn't make any sense, and therefore you have to assume that it's just arbitrary
that's that's
rulemaking
that's
from the
you
one
in your
person.
mind trying to put a circle in a square peg. That's just you making up your own bogus lineage. Talking about two FBA parents can make a non-FBA child.
By
If
your logic, they can. If they
if
were raised in
it,
Canada, by your logic, yes, that's
no,
possible to you.
no, you're just saying stuff, sir. Because you you just don't really have anything logical. You can't remix foundational Black Americans. See, that's the thing, and that's what I like about our designation of being foundational Black Americans. Look at the twists of logic you have to use in order to try to find some kind of loophole. You can't find it.
It's not
That's
a loophole.
what you're
You
trying to do is find some kind of loophole to slither in, and it's frustrating you. That's why it's a goddamn group, buddy. That's just you being frustrated because you can't find a loophole, sir.
It's not a loophole when you
Yeah,
yourself
you're trying
you're
to
saying
find
that
a
Drake is
tether.
not FBA.
You're trying to find a tether loophole. That's why you keep whining about Drake. Drake is not a foundational Black American,
Yet he
sir,
has the FBA dad, so that doesn't
and
make any
he's
sense.
still not a foundational Black American.
So how can an FBA give birth to a
Just
non-FBA?
like the same,
Give an give an example with any other
I'm
ethnicity where
telling
that
you,
can happen.
the same way an Asian woman can go over here and lay up with a Black man
It would be
and
ablation.
and have a Blasian child.
Yes, half Asian.
And you
Yes.
dig? Right. And that Blasian child will can be born over here, but can't go back to that Asian country and be accepted as a citizen. You
It
understand
doesn't
that?
matter. That person's still half Asian.
But they're not accepted as a citizen in that nation. They can't go over there and say, "Hey, my mama's Japanese. Let me in." They're like, "No,
No,
you don't have to
FBA
go
isn't
through
a
the.
country. There's
You're
no
going to go
FBA.
through the immigrant.
There's
It's an ethnic group though. It's an
there's no
ethnic.
FBA.
So
That person.
we're using the same logic as getting into certain nations and just being accepted by those in that nation. We are an ethnic group,
Okay, so
and
Drake is an FBA, but he doesn't have FBA membership to the group. That's what
um,
you're saying essentially, because no matter
membership.
what, that Blasian is still half Asian, no matter what. Whether they get
But
citizenship in the country of one of their
yeah,
parents,
but
it's
that's important
inconsequential.
because we are an ethnic group that's a nation within a nation. That's why we have foundational Black American. America is a nation.
So
All
where's
right.
the FBA citizenship office? Does Drake need to apply for
It's
citizenship?
none. It's an ethnic group. There's no citizenship office. It's your birthright. You're already a citizen if you're a foundational Black American. It's your birthright. The 14th Amendment solidified that.
They need to go to the
So
history
so
museum to get their
just like
FBA
Native
papers.
American, just like Native American tribes, sir. Just like Native American tribes, they're their own independent nations to a certain degree. And they have ethnic rules and regulations in order for certain people to be part of the tribe or looked at as chiefs or representatives of the tribe.
See,
All
this is
ethnic
why
groups have that.
this is why the Freedom Savings Bank went bankrupt.
It went bankrupt because of the white supremacists.
They put all their money in the bank.
And the thing is, you ain't even white. You try to pretend to be a white supremacist. You're not even white. We know you're not white, by the way, Nathaniel. Why do you pretend to be a white man?
Well, I'm Italian, so you can say
No,
I'm
no, you're not even
Italian, but
Italian.
it's whatever.
You're not even Italian. You're an East African dude. You're not even from
No,
Canada.
we
You're an
ruled
East
East
African dude.
Africa.
You're an East African dude from Canada. You're up there in Canada.
We no, I'm
That's
American. Tariq, come on.
no, you're not. No, you're not.
Give me an
You're not,
FBA test. I
you're
use
not a white guy.
you guys use Lowry's.
Hmm?
I'm an FBA.
You're trying to use white supremacist jabs, and you're a big waterhead tether.
Tether. Speaking of
Yes,
Tether,
you are.
can I hop on that
You
album
got
that
a
you're
big
making?
you got a big East African head, sir.
Can I
Don't
hop
you?
on that album that you're making?
No. Why don't
Electro
you
album.
stop pretending to be a white man? Let people see that big, wide Somali forehead of yours. Hmm?
Can I hop
Why
on
are
that
you
album?
pretending? Why are you pretending to be a white man? Your little 4chan jokes, they don't bother me. You're darker than me, sir.
You know what's
With a
funny is that you're actually FBAs have 20 to 25% whiteness.
and you're
So
trying to now you're
you
trying to do these corny troll jokes, and it's falling flat, sir. You you got all of that head, and you can't think of better jokes. Your head that big, your head looks like a memory foam pillow, and you can't think of better jokes than that, sir.
well,
Come
your
on, sir.
foot looks like a damn laptop battery, Tariq.
Well, sir, your head looks like one of Aretha Franklin's titties.
Your
Your
head
head
looks like
is big. Your head is just big
the
for no,
your
sir.
head looks like the Redskins logo.
Okay, sir. Your forehead looks like a Cybertruck. All right, so get your Cybertruck
Your
forehead habit
forehead looks like
out of
a
here.
catfish.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Get out of here, goofy Tether, trying to find a loophole to weasel his way into our damn lineage. No, you can't. Well, what about if Drake grandmother was on a canoe? What about Kyrie Irving? He was no. Kyrie Irving's foundational Black American. It's always been. He was in Australia for a couple of years. He was never a part of Australian culture. That's our FBA brother. Shout out to Kyrie Irving. He was one of the executive producers for Microphone Check, by the way. So see how people try to tether their way onto our lineage. Let me get brother EJ in here. Let's get EJ in the building. Brother EJ, what's going on, bro? EJ, hop on, sir. Brother EJ, Eric, hop in.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing, fam?
I'm doing good, man. That last caller really needs to stop, smoking crack and taking a shit at the same time on the toilet when he's up here talking, this babble. That just goes to show you that all skin folk ain't kinfolk. And I'm glad that you sent his ass to the shadow realm because I don't know, man. He been going through head force trauma because he might got a brain concussion after those suplexes that people been giving him since he was 5 years old. So you
Yeah.
just can't pay a lot of these people no attention. But I do want to talk about something. Did you hear about the story in Minnesota of one of these methed out white supremacists running up into one of the liquor stores and trying to rob a clerk and an 8-year-old girl hit him with the Joe Clark baseball bats across the back.
Oh, damn. I
I don't
didn't
know
hear
if you
about
heard about that.
that.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
in Maple. Yeah, it was in Maplewood, Minnesota. So if you can look into that and do a video about that, that'd be real cool. But salute to you, brother Tariq. Keep slaying those tethers, and you gotta let us know when the album's gonna come out, man. I need to get a copy of that.
Absolutely. I'll keep you guys posted, EJ. Thank you so much. Yeah, I got to look into that story in Minnesota. I got to see what happened with that. That sounds interesting. All right. We got a lot of folks in here tonight. Um, thank everybody for listening. I ain't going to be out here too long because I'm going to get some rest and drink a lot of water to get this kidney stone out of my ass before it starts kicking in and moving around. So y'all send me some of y'all remedies, man. Send me some of the home remedies that you guys use because I got a bad kidney stone in me. And I was in that damn emergency room, and my wife was supposed to bring food, and her ass took forever to bring me some damn food. But yeah, I'm up here. I didn't want to go downstairs. She took like 6 hours to come get. I was being discharged by the time she brought some food up there. It took forever to get up there. Hell, they done did all the tests on my ass, the blood tests. Man, I could have been on my deathbed in there. Yeah, my wife is janky, man. Anyway, let me see. My wife, I'm in the hospital, and my wife's somewhere putting an insurance policy on my ass, getting a side nigga lined up. She up here getting a side nigga lined up just in case I kick the bucket. Well, please. All right. Let me see. Should I get one more call in here? Let's get Hunter. Let's get one more call. Let's get Hunter in here. Hunter, hop on, brother. Hunter, hop on in the building, man. Where you at, Hunter?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good, Hunter. How are you, brother?
I'm doing good. You were asking about remedies. I just wanted to say, like, orange juice is a great one,
Yeah,
specifically.
yeah. My wife told me that. Yeah, that kind of messes with my gout. So the orange juice is good. What else is good?
Greek yogurt.
Greek yogurt, okay.
Yeah, but like just the regular one, not like the protein yogurts, because I think there's
Okay,
additives in there.
okay. All right, well, I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at that. Give me. I kind of want some black remedies. I want some brothers and sisters. Kind of want some FBA remedies. 'Cause, you know, our digestive systems are a little different. From white people. You can get some fruit juice and yogurt, dude. Get some avocados. No, let me talk to the brothers and let me know what y'all got. You know. Okay. Raise your hand. Let me get the folks in here. We got a lot of people in this building. By the way, y'all come down to the Hidden History Museum tomorrow and Saturday. We're open tomorrow, 11 to 4. We're open Saturday, 11 to 4. Y'all come down. A lot of folks came down today. Come down to the Hidden History Museum if you're in LA. Get DVDs, get books, get the Rootwork deodorant. Come down, take photos. Just enjoy the vibe. 2131 West Jefferson Boulevard. Come on down. We are open tomorrow and Saturday. All right. What's up, Jay Kai? I see you down there, dear. I ain't see you in a minute. Okay, let me see. Let's get Teddy B in here. Let's get Teddy B in the building. What's up, Teddy B? Teddy B in the building.
Hey, Brother Tariq, how you doing?
Hey, Teddy, how are you, sir?
All right, just on my way home from work. Pleasure to finally speak with you, brother.
Yes, indeed. What's on your mind, Teddy?
I was gonna say, one remedy my grandmama used to use for kidney stones is apple cider vinegar and what was the other? Olive oil and lemon juice.
Lemon juice. Okay. Okay. Olive oil, lemon juice, and apple cider vinegar. Okay, I'm gonna look into that. And I think we have some in here. Oh, yeah, I think we already got some in here. It's nasty as hell, though. But yeah, I'm gonna look into that. All right, but anyway, let me get up out of here, man, before it gets too late and before this kidney stone start acting up on my ass. But anyway, man, it's been real to have everybody in here, man. Much love, much respect to the family. Go to rootworkstyle.com to get the Rootwork deodorant. Go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com to get the book Hidden Heroes from A to Z. Don't forget to get your FBA flags at officialfba.com. Get your flags at officialfba.com, ladies and gentlemen. We got a lot of new faces popping up in here real quick. Naveen, what's up, man? What's going on, Naveen? Unmute your microphone, Naveen. Naveen, you want to unmute your mic?
Hello, bro. Hello, bro. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone.
I'm good, man.
I
How are you?
I am from India, bro. I don't speak English properly, so please, bro, don't hurt you. Okay,
You don't.
bro. You understand my English?
I can understand you a little bit. Now, what do you have to say, sir?
You know Hindi, bro. You know Hindi.
I don't know Hindi, brother.
Yes, bro. But I speak English slowly, slowly. I don't.
Okay. Now, what did you want to say in English? Naveen, hop in. This nigga's just calling up to practice his English. Okay, you're going to have to go to a class to do that. I don't want you calling up here just to practice your English. Naveen,
Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
okay. Did you have any other things to say, or did you just want to practice your English? Naveen,
Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
are you over there cooking some tandoori chicken?
No, no, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
You don't know what, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Navi, I'm gonna let you get back to working your customer service job, okay?
Okay, bro. Okay. Thank you, bro. Thank you for giving me mic. Thank you, bro.
Okay, brother. All right. And go out there and wash that cow in the backyard. All right. Okay, yeah, it's time to go. Now we getting the Punjabi crowd in. So yeah, it's time to get the hell on up out of here. All right, y'all. I'm out. It's now I got a taste for some damn curry. Y'all be good. Go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Go to officialfba.com, ladies and gentlemen. And you guys be good. Puppy Akute, Lulavuve to the family. Y'all be good.
Discover the heart of our history at the Hidden History Museum in Los Angeles. Now open with new weekend hours, Thursday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Located at 2131 West Jefferson Boulevard in Los Angeles, our museum showcases the brilliance and ingenuity of foundational Black American culture, along with the richness of global Black culture. Come in, explore our displays, and shop for books, films, and other unique items that celebrate our legacy. Also, be sure to look out for our popular special events. For more information, visit hiddenhistorymuseum.com.